Damn it. Okay. I just don't understand. I don't. I waited one whole day without touching it, and now what? It's gonna restart itself? Why does this keep happening? I don't get it. I really see, Mama. So I gotta put up with this. I gotta put up with this stupid Gmail because Google is so dumb that I can't even get on. Just so I can support us and whatnot. And then they say, "Oh, I gotta wait a few hours." Like whatever. Because since my phone charger doesn't work anymore, I wouldn't know how to go through this mess. But since we don't have the money for it, I'm gonna be stuck with this. And people wonder why my videos are so bad. Because I'm so poor. These videos have to pass a poor pass because what else can I do? So I'm just so upset. So thank you for giving me company. I know the bed's a little flat. I know. I know. The thing is, Francis, okay, I did wait it a whole day without touching it because it's so stupid how they say they will restart. If so, then they could at least give like a darn timer. The thing is, I did try to use his phone number, but it just gave me that, right? Yeah, I must have said a lot because I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. I can't use my phone number because the phone is dead. You want to leave? Okay. Oh, oh, well, we got a door open. You got a new pup. I don't know what to do. I don't. I really don't. Honestly, it just upsets me so darn much because I wanted to get back to the other channel because I don't really feel that comfortable using this. Oh, so I don't know what to do anymore. How long do I gotta wait for? What? I guess see my channel's gone, which means everyone we tried. It's game over. I tried. I tried. I'm also the channel's gone. I'm never gonna get back on it. Oh well. Say, Mama, I'm just so upset right now. I'm so sad. My black bean, my black bean, and my black bean, my black bean. Okay. I gotta talk to my planners, okay, Summer? But the thing is, literally, I don't understand. I don't. Literally, if you had to wait a few hours, it should tell you that. Because I know I had this incident once on Instagram. I did waited technically 30, 23 hours, right? And then it just tells me that. I tried everything, but the only way I could get it back is this if my phone works, which it does it because the charging port is damaged. I can't use it. The phone is not broken. It's not. I just can't charge it because, well, it's damaged, right? The butt of it, like the rectum of my phone is damaged. And since, well, I don't have it working, it sucks that the damn electricity thing happened. I'm so upset because I wanted this to. Oh my gosh! Because I feel awful that everyone has to come here because of. I'm just so frustrated. And Marcus, they won't let me in at all. They won't. It's been bothering me because I did lost a little bit of sleep. Oh, Muffy, you came for the comments on the short. Well, that's great. I'm only coming on 2 shorts, by the way. Wow, well, welcome. I'm sorry you had to see me like this. Huh, I just only coming on 2, and then Muffin is here. I like your name, by the way. But yeah, literally, because I wanted to upload some videos, but I don't feel like doing it on here. You know? I mean, all of you done enough. Like, as in, you need to do more than what you show right now. Oh, and whoever's on Google, they should get fired. Literally, you're not doing your job. Like, your mother didn't raise you right. Oh, excuse me. Because the thing is that this is just so much work that we got to do. I'm tired of this. It's so weird because my other Gmails are fine. It's just this one it isn't. I was about to get ready to use my brother's phone number so that I can get verified. And nope, you gotta wait a few. Google, I've waited a darn day, and now they're gonna reset. I'm tired of this. God, I swear, whoever's on Google should get fired and burned to death. Sorry, too far, and I gotta pass gas. Excuse me. Ah. Yeah, Katie, I noticed. I'm so sorry you had to go on here. Also, is this so funny that my sub count is glitched because there's no way I got 14 subs? God, like nothing works. Nothing works. My light, my crystal light thing, the only light I have in this room is glitched out. My TV is glitched out. My MacBook is. Oh my gosh. It's like I'm in life support. You know, I'm literally in life support because I'm so damn. Well, by American standards, yes, we're poor. Yes, I got food, but the thing is, though, I try not to consume too much. That's why I watch a lot of adult porn. By the way, I did masturbate to a 19-year-old that I liked on Twitter. That, well, I never messaged because, well, why not? Because, hey, I'm so stressed out, I had to distract myself. Oh. I just want to get out of this mess. You know, I'm so frustrated. And you know what's so ironic? My MacBook is so out of date. If I want to use Safari, I can't even. The Gmail is all glitched up. And heck, if I want to go to, you know what, I want to show you about this. If I want to go to eBay, right? This is how outdated my MacBook is. If I want to get on eBay, just the site itself, right? Because I used to go on every now and then, just look up stuff because I'm bored. Who cares if the connection's not secure? You know, I might as well have. Oh, great. Now, won't let me get on eBay. Who cares? If someone just hacks it, so what? My MacBook is it's dead as it is. Now I can't. Oh great! I can't even get on eBay. It keeps thinking about stupid attackers. Yep, my MacBook is gone. It's I swear everything is outdated. I might as well just use I don't know, no internet at this point. I don't know why I'm in this position. People wonder why. Yes, so I could have put a sign, poor pride, because I am poor. I'm so poor. I haven't bathed in a month because of my depression. Also, my birthday, one of my birthday wishes. I don't. Who cares? All right, who cares what the stupid Germans would say? Because I'm sharing this. I want to get a hug and like just be in a police station and do a documentary. You Germans, fuck off. Okay? You like Hitler. Sorry. Too far. Stupid, ugly German. Sorry. Because they got the stupid damn thing you can't share your birthday. Screw the Germans, alright? Your flag is ugly as hell. Sorry, I'm going too far. Anyway, I'm just upset. I am. And Marcus, you don't have to. Because even if we do, they're not going to do anything. They just use those bots because they're not actual human beings. Because the thing is, I have been up since 5:30 this morning. I did got sleep. But of course, later on tonight, I'm going to get tired. Oh, Danny, you know what eBay is? It's a site that you can basically buy all cool types of items and stuff. And you could bid on stuff too, or sell your own items. And Muffet said, I remember when I was locked out of my wait, what Muffet? I'm sorry. You were locked out of your account multiple times, and one time you were locked up for 2 days, and then oh that sucks. You're gonna wait a whole week. And hi Chris. Hi Emmanuel. Oh, I guess you're new here. That sucks. And Joseph, thank you for so much for the hashtag. We actually have 2 newcomers today. I didn't upload anything. And yeah, I only comment on 2 shorts today. 2, not 30, because I don't know. Chris, me either. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm surprised that this darn site operates. Otherwise, we won't be using Google. But yeah, like okay. So for the ones who are not here, well, there. Let me just show the screen again. This is what it looks like, right? It says too many failed attempts. Unavailable because too many failed attempts. Try again in a few. But yet again, it's been okay, not 23 hours, 25 hours. And I've used that little AI growing on Twitter, and it says that it's going to reset the clock. It's so stupid. You might as well have people hack the system. People do all the time anyway. You know? It's just so funny how it just has happened on this account of mine. Like I could care less if it happened the other ones. But it had to be happened on this one that I've been using. No, that's what's been irritating me. You know? Ugh. And Katie, only if you want, sweetie. Only if you want. Yeah, tell me about it, Shanti. F Google for sure. Ugh, tell me about it, Purple. This just stresses me out because I want to support my family on this, but oh my god, I'm like I don't want to start over. I don't feel like it. But since we do got 2 newcomers, I don't know. We'll just have to see because they're giving me a good reason why I still want to be here and just give me that channel damn rest. Because the thing is, I have my phone, right? Well, my brother, he does. We're supposed to get the repair, but you don't have the money for it. I'm surprised it can repair it because the phone is so old, right? You cannot find any places I don't think anywhere that I know of that they can repair it because it's such an old model. It's like if you want to repair a VCR player, right? Exactly, Andrea. I don't get it. Is this so weird? Few hours? What do you mean by few hours? Oh yeah, Jerry. Yeah, I remember. I don't remember I don't remember what email that is anymore. I have so many of them. I don't keep track. Oh, oh, we do, Lisa. Gage, Marcus, Emmanuel, Muffin. Yeah, what a coincidence. Well, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, that's true. You know what? We just had to get that Toronto rest. We just had to just. I'm not gonna upload though. I'm just gonna live stream from now on to see where that takes place. And also, what I'm gonna want to do, I do want to get the other channel back. Oh man, that means I work so. Damn, this is making my job so hard right now. Because I read something on Twitter. Here, you know what, everyone, hold on. So I forgot which one it is. Oh crap! I forgot what Twitter URL it is. Darn it! Oops. I don't remember. Because I looked up that someone said that I think it's easier when they got their channel back by saying that my channel got hacked. Because the thing is, YouTube, right? They just send you this automatic messages. They're not real people. Well, the only way that we could get an actual person, right? We had to cause an actual, like a Pokemon move. We had to cause uproar, right? That does little damage in her system. Because that's the only way that I could get my channel back by them saying that, oh yeah, my channel was hacked because, oh, I only got one community guideline strike because YouTube thought I was posting nudity when it was just men's stomachs, right? Yeah, there are people out there that actually post nudity. For me, well, at least I censored it and they're a grown man. So, and they're thinking that I post nudity on purpose. Well, even if I did, well, one, I want to make it educational. Two, I did censor it. And three, I did put 18 plus. And yet they had to have the stupid bus system that, oh yeah, this is for adults. No, it's not. Oh, that's good, Marcus. I'm really happy I'm glad to hear that. I hope so too. I mean, at least the channel's not taken down. I'm just so irritated because it just makes me do more work. If my phone was if my phone was working right now, I would be using my phone just to verify it. Because that's what it says, right? If I have my phone number, if I have my phone working, I could verify it and then I could get back on. But sadly, I can't. Yeah, well, Brian, that's what someone said, I think. Because I feel like it was hacked. You know, it wasn't like a lie, because that would trigger the system, and then it should get like an actual human reviewing over it. Because this is ridiculous. Oh, I've been on YouTube for years. It was not this complicated. Oh my god, it just doesn't make any sense, you know. Also, I want to show all of you, like, there's this creepy thing that I found. It does, you know, like the little AI thing where you had to do the captcha. It does that weird, like, this says like cropus. It would say crop, something like. It's so creepy. And I don't know what the hell it does that. You know, it's fucking weird. Pardon my language. It's so fucking weird. I never get why. I wish I could give you an example, but I don't have it opened. I'm not kidding. It like that capture thing, it's so creepy. It does that. You know, because it wants you to type in the letters, right? Because I remember a long time ago when I used Amigo once or twice in the past, well, a handful of times, a long time ago, it would have to force you to do that crap. I wish I could give all of you an example, but I can't. That way you can hear it. Hold on. I want to see if I could try this. That way I can show all of you the screen. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this again. Because I thought it was really interesting. That way I could show all of you. Oh, now it tells me that my main one send by text or call. Well, I don't. All right, I don't have a fucking phone, so I can't show the screen because, well, if I want to put my brother's phone number on it. Oh, fuck you! It just says here. This thing doesn't make any damn sense. Let me just share this. Well, okay. Man, tell me about it, son. Literally. Oh, I can't stray anywhere because Eric is here. Hi, Eric. But like, see, I don't mind showing my Gmails. Damn, let's see, which one was it? This is the one, right? Okay, so this is nothing, right? I don't have a password. I was just testing another one, right? After 6 hours, check your Gmail for a link to sign. Like, who cares about Link? Okay, Link is dead. So I had to make a joke, a dark joke. It's so funny that it says here, "Got Google needs this time to make sure the account really belongs to you." It does belong to you. Got my darn face on it. This thing is something else, you know. Right. I just want to make sure I'm not closing the tab by accident because sometimes I'm so quick. I have fast reflexes. I will double tap by accident. Oh, tell me about it, Daniel. And Cam, it is dumb. And what makes me infuriated is that they give you that, but they won't help. Exactly, Marcus. And yeah, they need to fix their system, Brian. And Amelia, I'm sorry. Did they give you a different code when you tried to log in? They didn't. Like the thing is, okay, they want me to use. Oh, sorry. They want me to use the phone number, right? My phone number, but I wanted to use my brother's, and it just says that you got wait a few hours. And Muffin, one time you were locked up because they thought you were a hacker when it's your own account. I think that's what they're doing to me. And I don't understand why, because they don't to do all this. It's if my phone was working. Like it does. It's just, like I have my phone. The stupid charging port is damaged. And Eric, they're not being bad guys. They're just being poopy heads because their system, right, for us adults, when we want to just get on our accounts, they're just glitchy. They don't operate well. It happens in companies. Eric, it's normal, but at the same time, it's not normal. If that makes sense. And Muffin, you had to wait a whole week. So that means I gotta wait a whole week. Oh, that blows. Because my birthday's coming up. Oh, golly. Google is a pain. And hashtag Google needs to fix themselves. Yeah, they do, Lisa. They really do. Because this is really getting out of hand. Maybe I've talk about this almost a half hour now. Ah. It's just so weird that it says I gotta wait. No. You know? It's just so weird. It says on highlight, try to sign in again. What do you mean again at any time? If that's the case, I would have been in already. Idea, let's see. We might need to try something. See, I forgot how I did this. So wait, if I go to forgot email, uh, and I use the same one. Yeah, I know, I know. First and last name, whatever. There's no account found. Oh, shut up. Excuse me. Like, hello, I'm putting my full name here. If that's the case, then why not look at my YouTube channel then? Or, well, not that one, but I can't. Oh my, I hate this. And it will say that it will send you a verification code. I can't get in. Idiots. I can't get in. They're so darn points. Who cares? I'm just gonna put 99999. Golly. Wrong. Screw off, Google. Honestly, you should have burned down to the ground. Oh my Buddha, this gives me a migraine. Ah, you know, it's just it's so stressful. Absolutely, it is a pain. All right, I think I already read that, right? I did overnight. Oh, wait, what? Wait, how do you open it? Sorry. Like, you mean like open it like a so jelly? And anyway, that's my mother. You want to say it all? No. Mm. Sorry, but I thought like did I lost connection again. It said chat just. Yeah, I mean I did open. I know I opened the. Mm, unless I have a crack.
And that muffin that go in the refrigerator.
No, it's fine. I already slid it out. What? I haven't gotten sick. My mother thinks, yeah, sorry, you're going to a lot. My mother is literally because I got one more muffin, right? she thinks that it will be bad if I leave it out. I always leave my muffins out. In fact, it tastes worse when it's in the fridge. I know. I'm weird. Literally, muffin is fine. It's supposed to be out. It's inside the container. You know, if it wasn't, that'd be different. That's when the moisture gets released. Like if you're in a sauna. Huh, Cam, you know how to do that. Oh yeah, Muffy, yeah. I guess because Mater, she's so used to putting in the fridge. But you know what? We can worry about the stupid Google stuff later. Yeah, I'm just honored that I got Muffin Miguel. Hey, maybe this might be a good thing for now. I only coming on 2 shirts and we got 2 new people, so that's a first. So, and your mother puts stuff in the fridge, purple. Yeah, my mother does that to everything. Also, I don't think you can see her. And Emilio, I'm actually from Arizona. I'm not sure if you know where that is. I always want people to guess where Arizona is. I mean, I'm hoping a lot of people know what my state is. Other states. You really, man? Okay, so you're not American. Okay, so it's below Mexico, right? Like on the well, okay, we border Mexico, and then it's right next to California. I'm sure everyone knows what California is, right? And then this other state named New Mexico that they're known for aliens, I think. And hey, Gage, and yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm thinking like, wow, he doesn't know where Arizona is. He's sure going to know where Iowa would be or Kansas. I think. Actually, what state a lot of people don't know about? I think it's. Uh, I think West Virginia. A lot of people don't know about. So that's really interesting. You're not American. Yes, Marcus. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because I know living in the Mississippi can be quite difficult, huh? Also, very quick look. This is what I'm talking about, right? It keeps, you know, it's not supposed to be doing that. It blinks others, but it keeps going back to red. There's something wrong with my light. Whoa, 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 why are you acting like this? It will stop eventually. I mean, it was working. It was working fine this morning. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's the only light I have. All right, now it's going back to pink. Oh, really, Francis? That's so cool. I see. I don't know how long they've been around for. Okay, now it's at red again. All right, now it's green. Good. You like Arizona, Kim? I'm honored to hear that. I'm glad you like my state. That means a lot. I thank you, Jerry, honestly, because my butter rolls. Dates to that Floridan family. My brother got paranoid, or I think my mother did, that we had to drill that. I want to get another one like that. It's like a honeycomb, right? I would never turn it off. You will see in my old videos, well, in the other channel, there's something wrong with it. So thanks to those three, that cost my I missed my light. I'm never gonna forget those three ever. You know, I forgot where we got it from. It was such a cute light. Yeah, absolutely, Danny. That's why I'm trying to get popular though, because I want to use this power just to get justice and to get our to make our lives less stressful. Other people with popularity, they'll use it for the worse on others. Me is the other way around. Yeah, me. Tell me about it. See, that's why, like, kind of like what Marcus said about the Peach State. I don't like when I hear that word, Florida. Oh, like no offense for people that are from there. It's just those three ruined the image of that fucking state. That's why my brother, my oldest, he's dead to me. I know that's much. Part of this is his fault. Not the whole 100%. Like 28% of this is his fault. 28.69% of it's his fault. Marcus, you visited here? That's good. Actually, I'm surprised you have. Glad you think it is nice. I keep hearing that our crime rate's been going up. Either that's in Tucson or some neighborhood because, man, when I after I left high school, it was kind of bad, but it dropped down a lot since. So I wonder where to get that from. Yeah, Lisa, I feel guilty. I do. It's just that with all of this, my life has been a living inferno because I've not left the house since last August. Well, the only time that's during New Year's. It sucks I won't be able to do that this year. You know, going out of the door. It's kind of funny. First, like my map book is dying, right? Because last year, Dumba, he remembers, I was able to take this map book out and show the fireworks on the steps because I seen a couple other people like the neighbors and whatnot doing some fireworks. Lovely, a lot of fireworks. It looked like a mini Manila out here. I'm not kidding. And people think it's dangerous here. No, you know it's a safe place when there's a lot of fireworks around, not gunshots that silly some of us Americans do on New Year's, like in Detroit and Memphis. I don't get why. I think some parts of Chicago too. Um, and my map book it died a few minutes later. But now, if I would leave it unplugged, or if it's not plugged for 2 minutes, well, it'll shut off. So my map book is on life support. I cannot unplug it. That's kind of happened last time, right? It died when I'd shown the window. It died. So I mean, I can unplug it for a quick, maybe 40 seconds, but if I leave it unplugged for too long, it'll shut off. So it's like let's just say my map book. It's like if someone is having a horrible condition, right? The iron lung. My map book is getting the iron plug, right? It has to be plugged for the rest of his life or I'll die. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Unless I need to get a new plug. Well, of course we can't afford that. So it's like I have a desktop, but it's basically I like to call it the desk MacBook. Now you wanna go? You wanna go with us? Mhm. All right, come on. So I'm microwaving a meal because why not? Oh, thank you, Marcus. Yeah, her name is Autumn. I think she may have ADHD. Oh, that's one of our maintenance man. Hold on. Look. Oh, what? I wonder what he's doing. Yep, that's our maintenance man. Oh, you can't see him. He's Mexican. He's wearing a blue shirt because he knows my mother. Because my mother's been living in this neighborhood for what? Dan, I think like 6 years. You can't see him though. He wears glasses. He's like middle age, I think. I would even spoke to him in Spanish just because. Well, why not? Yeah, I was only gone for a minute, and oh, Eric, I'm sorry. What happened? Tell me what happened at school today. And you did, Marcus? You play high school championships out here? That's cool. Great. And don't you remember that, don't you? You have a fear of fireworks, Joseph? I wonder how New Year is like in Bangladesh. I do wonder though, and that's the same with my computer. It needs to be plugged in forever. I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. So you had to go through the same thing. That sucks. Yeah, dear, we should put the beanie on because I know your hair is messy. My teacher had the same issue where she couldn't even move the computer. And oh, that sucks, Jaden. That sucks. Literally. Oh, Eric, I'm sorry. It happens. It's okay though. Honestly, I used to get F's all the time in biology and geometry. So there's something to be ashamed of, Eric. It happens. And um wait, you're about to see a muffin? Oh, really? Huh. Definitely ask if you're able to stay after school or like let's extra help during lunch, Eric. Because I used to do that too. And I don't remember the high school we played in or something about. Oh, that sucks, Marcus. That's quite the gap. And why, thank you, Emmanuel. That means a lot. It's one of my favorite beanies. I had a couple other ones, but I lost them now. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that. But what is up to 28, Marcus? I don't know. Football's that difficult. All right, let me hold on. Sorry, I'm almost finished. So I'm gonna add the rest of these chicken nuggets. Only got 3 left. Tyson brand. Because this is what I'm gonna snack on the stream. The lean cuisine. Steak portobello. Yeah, that should be right. Yeah. With mushrooms and a savory sauce or broccoli, and then I added butter toast with it. So basically, like a little poor home hack. If you're like low on food, definitely try to basically add as much as possible, and you basically get more in return. So while I'm doing all of that, it won't take like a couple more minutes. I got a video. Well, I don't know who this is, but I think Pablo like it, and Joseph, I think as well about One Piece. So I'll be back.
Hello, 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 hello. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. Boom, 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 boom. The chosen one. It's a joke that's been done many times before to varying degrees of success. And some might include Luffy in that category of chosen, quote unquote. He's definitely been chosen by the circumstances of the world around him. He's been in the right place at the right time, and just so happened to meet the right people. And there's this whole thing about a guy named Joy Boy who also ate the same type of food and wore the same straw hat, kind of. There's a big hack, a fridge somewhere in Marie-Joie that he deployed. It's the same kind of stuff. And he left these poneglyphs all over the world. And if you don't know what poneglyphs are, the cubes with words on them. And in the poneglyphs, he said, don't worry, it's chill. I'll be back. BRB real quick. You know? So it seems he's on the path of fulfilling some kind of prophecy. So I think it's fair to consider him chosen in some sense of good. But it's when people start to minimize him only that, chosen, that I start to find issue with the sentiment. And even more so when the idea that Luffy's crew, the Gamadoma no Mi, aka the Spurs, the human no Mi Marolika, was all just a retcon or some sort of pop out plot on earth bullshit. And the whole reason he got as far as he did was because he had this insane with his own crew. That's just not real. And I'd like to explain why. Mika, also known as the Sun God, was a really chill guy. He could up, he brings smiles and joy and really great people wherever he went. And the legends say he was literally just a god. Like he didn't eat adult fruit or anything like that. He just told them. Whether or not it's true, we don't really know. Maybe he did eat adult fruit. Maybe he came from heaven. Maybe he was an artificially made god. Or maybe he didn't even exist at all. He could very well just be a fictional character that people just made up. I don't know. Point is, he had these insane powers where he could basically do whatever he wanted with his body. Now, zones give the eaters of the fruit the ability to transform into whatever creature the fruit represents. However, unlike Paramecia or Logia, it's been pretty much proven that zones have a sort of will of their own, almost as if the soul of the creature is actually inside the fruit, which is evident in the fact that when we see inanimate objects get imbued with zone level fruits, they become sentient beings with wills of their own. Like in the case of Funtree or Lasso, or look at this dog. This dog, it knows,
I don't remember that dog.
this dog thinks before it is dog. And so far, this kind of thing is exclusive to zone level. On top of that, when zone users transform, they start taking on not just physical traits,
So wait,
but
that's what they are? Like that guy from the CP9? So wait a minute. I didn't know Luffy. Wait, oh, I think you mean evil fruit, not Dever fruit, because I know his Dever fruit is the gum fruit. Luffy is special because he has the fruit. The fruit is special because it has Luffy. That makes sense. And when Luffy beats Blackbeard at the end of the series, he ain't gonna say I'm Nika. He say I'm Lucky B. Oh my god. And this is by Jazit J. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Where was I? And do I like Sports Manual? Yeah. Because I did told us of Marcus, and that I wish I did, not really, because I wasn't really invited to sports. However, though, I kind of do like golf, at least somewhat, because I basically took golf when I was in high school. I knew Paul would like that, and Ben too. And I mean, One Piece is really, really good. It's quite addicting, there's so many episodes. And thank you, Muffin. And Yeah, and that's what they are, Joseph. The Deborah fruits. You like football? I know that's supposed to be the non-American word to say. I love the sucker boy emoji. And very quick. So these are the chicken nuggets, and then I just had to eat a little bit of my part of toast, and then I did add the crumbs of the chicken nuggets, and then I added some black pepper as well. I don't think all of you could see it, sadly. But here, if I could give an example, I should add sausage, right? Because you got the beef in here, so you can't really see much because it's so dark in here. And then the broccoli. Oh, damn, that's right. I forgot to add water. I add water from the sink. The reason why I do that is because it cools it down and it keeps it moist. So I won't eat it all dry. Okay, thanks so Paul. Honestly. Oh, your dad is grading papers, Eric? Yeah, I had a feeling that's why you're here, huh? Plus you just like being here. Your dad has been working a lot. He really oh damn, you know what? I already added ketchup. Okay. So I put that again. Also, I'm a ketchup addict. This is like my cocaine. Don't tell Eric that. So it makes you want to eat, Amelia. If you want to eat, go ahead, hon. No, thank you, Purple. How to eat? So I mean, I know I ate earlier, but with all this darn stress, I had to get my mind off.
Because he's already a freak.
You like ketchup, Selby? Me too.
And Luffy, when he transforms, he gets really so goofy, as if he's possessed by the little boy. Oh. And usually mythical zones come with a sort of extra power that comes along with the ability to transform into the creature. Like how Marco has healing flames and Katarina Devon has shapeshifting powers. And so the question and main argument is the only reason Luffy has this amazing power to bring people together and basically be the main character because of the fact he has a mythical zone that was giving him the traits of Nika. And the answer is no. Fucking no.
The fruits effect on the Luffy's charisma.
One of the things back in this theory is something Mihawk.
Jenny? It's delicious. Really? Yeah, you're French. Because I know how the French are. When it comes to ketchup, it's delicious. It's healthy for you as well. Because okay, it's a little confusing because I thought growing up ketchup was a vegetable, but they say it's a fruit. It's kind of both. And oh, Amanda, you're British? I didn't know that. I thought you might be somewhere in South America. Oh, another British viewer. Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't know it's popular in I know it's popular in France, but I didn't know it's that popular in Great Britain.
One of the things back in this theory is something Mihawk said at Marine Corps. 能力や技じゃない。その場にいる者たちを次々に自分の味方につける。この海においてあの男は
What arc is that?
Back then, people just took it as, well, yeah, it's Luffy, of course. He's him, he's the GOAT. But with the context gained about the true nature of his double truth, understandably, people started to raise eyebrows at that statement and think, wait, just a sec. Now, this argument would have weight if it wasn't for the fact that zones do not change a person's personality just from having eaten the fruit. Yes, you gain certain properties of the creature, but once you transform, you're pretty much the same personality-wise. Now,
Right.
You can make the argument, what about chocolate? Oh, when you ate the fruit, you went from a reindeer to a person with complex thoughts and emotions. And yes, while that is a very drastic change, if you think about it, his personality was not changed. All he was given was the intelligence to express himself. He's still timid, gentle, and wants nothing more than people to accept him for who he is both before and after he ate the
Right.
fruit. Same thing with Luffy. His personality before and after eating the fruit is exactly the same. All he was given was the properties of rubber. The only time his actual personality is affected is when he's in year 5th. And even then, then he's not really different. He just kind of stoked on life. Now, if it were really true that this fruit gave Luffy a sort of Nika sun god charm boost, then why before he even ate the fruit was he already gathering people around him and bringing smiles to their faces? This is Luffy. It's just who he is. He's got natural charisma.
Yep.
Nothing in that regard. He was always this way. This fruit is not some super overpowered plot device that explains how Luffy got this far. And no, it was not a retcon either.
Oh man, crap! I don't care about Wicked. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh man, crap! We just had to wait a bit. Wait, is this like a Christian commercial? Oh, right. Oh, Ben, me and you both. I miss how when I used to go for our walks, I would watch an episode of One Piece. I still remember like how those Mexican boys, they were smiling at me because I'm thinking, yeah, what? Because I'm watching One Piece. It goes to show you One Piece, where I'm from, is extremely popular here. Because I used to do this because I want attention, but without giving it away. Also, I thought that make other people's day a little bit better out here where I live. And it works every time, you know? And that's what I really appreciate about this anime. And my top 10 enemies, Marcus, let's see. One Piece is number 1. Pokemon be number 2. My Hero Academia be number 3. Inuyasha number 4. Assassination Classroom number 5. Demon Slayer number 6. Black Clover number 7. Fairy Tail number 8. Food Wars number 9, and then I think Fire Force to be like barely in the top 10. Yeah, and Paul, yeah, I know, especially with the protests that's been going on in your country. Yeah, I can see why. Literally, and you've seen the movie Wicked, Lisa. I never have either. I think the reason why I just don't care for it is because it's been advertised so much. People are making a big deal out of it, and I just want to stay away from it. To be honest with you. And Muffin, my favorite art, to be honest with you, Dressrosa. Yet again, I like the Innie's Lobby art, but I had to go with Dressrosa because that's where I last left up. Well, I just barely started the zoo arc before we got evicted against our will. So definitely the Dressrosa. Oh, Joey, you must. You must. It's a good anime. Pretty dark. Really, it's like romantic wise, it's really popular in Latin America. I know that's one thing. It's really good. That's actually one of the very first animes I've ever watched. And you've seen one episode of Demon Slayer, Joseph. How do you like it? It's like Inuyasha, kinda.
A lot of people are firm believers that there's no way I would have thought of this beforehand. And honestly, if you think that you don't know this man, he's the GOAT for a reason. First
He
off,
is.
Luffy got that fruit and did not know what to do with it. Which is weird because you think something as simple as a rubber fruit would be pretty easy to get the hang of. You just stretch, right? When Sabo got a hold of the Flame fruit, immediately you're fucking like, and I don't know, surely there's different learning curves for different type of fruits, but Luffy struggled with how to throw a punch for years. Years, dog. And what if it's because he was under the impression he was working with a normal, simple paramecia type
Right.
and just gave him overpowers, but in reality, he was working with a mythical zone and was technically trying to perfect a form of hybrid transformation. Think about it. Technically, he's always transforming in a hybrid state whenever he's stretching. Like, this is a normal state, now he's a hybrid. And in this pseudo-hybrid form, he's able to transform, quote unquote, by stretching both his body and his imagination.
Right.
Thinking, that seems like a little bit of a stretch. Killing myself tonight. This video's going on in Dead Man's Square. But let's look at what else he does with the supposed rubber fruit. Look at Gear Second. Transformation. At that point, it kind of makes sense though, and could still be
Second gear?
possibility for rubber fruit pumping blood through heart.
It's kind of hot when you say second gear form.
Right, go fast now. Makes sense. I can feel that. But then
Yeah, I love that episode.
Another transformation, and one that starts to not really make sense and starts to bend the laws of physics. The mass and power he gains from inflating his bones does not make sense, and even Lucci was taken by surprise because it really didn't make sense if we actually just had the gum fruit. And I myself remember watching that episode and being like, huh? That doesn't make sense. Whatever, anime logic, who cares?
He's made of rubber.
I was on the precipice of something greater.
Oh,
Because
Amelia
obviously
and
we can't
Pan
live.
and Jaden, I think I gotta tell you this very quick. This makes me love Brazil even more. I think earlier, long after my brother left, they had to be Brazilian. I heard they're not. They're speaking. No, it sounds like they're speaking Spanish, but it sounds like "oh el problema" or something. They're not. It doesn't sound like they're speaking Spanish. It was a random black man, two of them, right? Like they can't be Cuban. Basically, when my dogs were just barking, whatever, I had to check in the kitchen, and I think, let's see, one of them was driving some like white. It's like a white Honda or something, and then some other car, and it sounded like they're speaking Portuguese. It literally sounds like they're speaking Portuguese. I mean, in my neighborhood, it was so cool because they're black, right? I'm thinking like, okay, I've never seen anyone that's black that can speak Spanish, so it's possible, but so uncommon here. And I'm thinking, they had to be Portuguese, they had to be Brazilian, because if they're Portuguese, they would be white. So I know there's whites in Brazil, but of course, the accent, I could hear it. Like outside of our kitchens, when it's under my kitchen sink, I mean, they sound like they're Brazilian. They sound like it. I swear they do, and they're black. Like they're a little darker than me. Like they look like they're Cuban. I could hear it. Yeah, Brazilian Portuguese, Jaden. I could hear it. Brazilian Portuguese. I'm thinking, no, they're not speaking it, right? And next, it literally sound like it. Oh, I wish I could check how many Brazilians we have living here. It's so cool though. It's my pleasure. I had to, because hearing, reminds me of my crush, right? It's gonna be a long time to get over him. Um, I had to tell you three. I had to. But we don't even have that many Brazilians that live here compared to where Brian and Chris is from. But they do exist out here. I just don't know how many. You only see 59 episodes, Jaden? Oh, yeah, you got a long way ahead of you. And yeah, your dad likes anime, Eric. I think you told me that. I mean, Tumble, I gotta watch that Princess Resurrection. I gotta watch that. You liked it, Joseph? I'm gonna hear that. Yeah, the Demon Sword could be. Well, the first episode is really tragic. Que legal que él estaba hablando Portuguese. Wait, you're saying how cool is I forgot Estava means. You're saying about speaking Portuguese, right? Are you saying how cool that they're speaking Portuguese? Ben, I hope I got that right.
Their fourth transformation, a drastic one. And during that fight, Doflamingo was also taken by surprise because, yeah, false
Oh, Doflamingo? Yes.
Luffy really was just a rubber man.
Gear 4?
Defying the laws of physics. And I mean, like, obviously, right? I feel like a lot of people.
Wait, Gear 3, I think.
What's going on? Is this really a rubber fruit? And just to play devil's advocate a little bit, this was introduced way.
Gear 4, episode 726.
Years in general was established relatively
so,
early.
I missed Gear 3?
And so you could make the argument, okay, that's where the retcon started. And episode 272. But we also have evidence from the very start of the series. It's not something dwelled on, but after Luffy eats the fruit, Lucky Root goes,
No, you can stole
that from an enemy ship. And at the beginning of the story, that doesn't.
Marcus, yes, that's how I studied the language, right? Because I know a little bit of Portuguese. I'm surprised I could read what Ben said. Legal means cool, right? Que means how, and then él is dead. Estevam, like it's like R, right? If I recall. And then falando means speaking, and then Portuguese. And I thought Gage would like to hear this. Also, I wonder, we did have a guy from Chile, right? I did try to speak or study Guarani. I know my Brazilians in Argentina know what Guarani is, right? You've heard of it. So for the ones that don't speak Spanish, it would be really difficult to not know how to study it. I tried to, but they removed it. I'm thinking, why? It's such a cute language. It's really important because I'm guessing that's where Rosalie is from, right? And in order to learn it, you have to know at least some Spanish. If you don't know Spanish, you're not gonna be able to understand it, right? Yep, I know Gage, you know what it is. All I know is PTI. Arquera es uno. And I did study other words. I have my notebook somewhere, but I gotta look for it. So hey Lauren, and I thought the language is interesting because I wish I asked. I just wonder why did he block me? Ah, but I think he was. He told me okay. He said he's not Brazilian, but he speaks Portuguese. You know, it's I don't know. He had to be from Paraguay. I don't know. He looks a little light skinned, right? So damn it. I wish I asked, but I was just too nervous though. You know, I got a little yeah, me either, Francis. But yeah, Goroni and Lisa, what announcement do you have? I'm sorry. The thing is, Goroni, it's a language. I'm gonna show all of you, right? You know what? I'm gonna subscribe to this guy because why not? Jazit J. Oh, he's a big YouTuber. I'm surprised he doesn't get that many views. Oh, he's been on YouTube for 7 years. So he hasn't did a video in a year? Golly. All right, so this is what Goroni is, right? Let me show all of you before I forget. It's a wait, what about Mexico? Oh, Mexico's tired of corruption and well, we gotta watch. Great. Right in front of my search. Right in front of my search. You know what? Fine.
Oh, my friends, it finally happened. The Straw Hat Pirates Jelly Roger flag was spotted yet again.
And we were just talking about One Piece, didn't we? What a coincidence.
In Mexico City this time. Yeah, it's only a matter of time, I think, at this point before.
I'm sorry, I love the eye catcher.
Protest recently in Mexico City this time.
How do you do that?
Time, I think, at this point before an Amazon order for that flag gets into Antarctica, because I swear the penguins are up to something, and they're not just going to keep smiling and wave. I'm sorry I had to. We literally just did a video on Madagascar, and I feel like all the puns I possibly want to give are right on the tip of my tongue, and they have to come out. You only want to experience.
I see that flag, Princess.
But anyways, back to Mexico City, because I'm going to need to go ahead and explain this. A few months ago, we brought you an episode about the history of the Mexican drug cartels. And in that video, we did mention how Claudia Sheinbaum, who is Mexico's first female president, is the handpicked successor of her mentor, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, also known as AMLO for short. And this is a thing that if you have not seen that previous episode, I highly recommend you go back and check. And I'm going to say this multiple times over the course of this episode because a lot of the information is relevant to this. Much like her predecessor, Sheinbaum was expected to take a more laid back and casual approach when dealing with the cartels, at least a lot more so than what we've seen from other presidents in recent years. But really, in Mexico, that doesn't seem to really matter much because the Mexican people aren't just mad at one leader. No, it's not like that. They are pissed off at the entire system, and they have been for a while. Because really, it does not seem to matter for them who is in charge, as the cartels are actually the ones in parts of the country who dictate how.
So wait, where is he? I can't pronounce that. Yeah, it's not on here. But above my state or below my state, we have the Los Salazar, and then we have the Los Chapitos, and then of course we got the Sinaloa cartels, but that's in California.
With their power, their influence, their savage methods of punishment, and more. This is something that really needs to be addressed. Corruption runs incredibly deep in Mexico, and the cartels have run a policy of paying off law enforcement and politicians.
So I've heard.
Look the other way and let them conduct their business.
So I've heard.
Or The other way is that if they refuse to let this happen and actually try to take
Yeah,
with them,
same here,
then they
Francis.
simply just get tortured and
WN.
executed, oftentimes publicly, which is terrible, of course. But even worse, if they really piss off the cartels, then they don't just take out the individual that has angered them. No, they will take out their entire family. Yeah, it's not a pretty thing down there. So as it is, the cartels have for years pretty much gotten whatever it is that they wanted. And this would lead to such levels of decay and corrosion of the Mexican government that no matter who was in charge, nothing ever seemed to get done. It is because of this, my friends, that this has caused Gen Z protesters to start gathering support and planning protests, which would begin on November 15th, 2025. So, the question that this leads us to answer in this video is Mexico really ready to cleanse its government of corruption and cartel influence? And is that even possible in the first place? Well, for that, my friends, we're going to need to smuggle in some high-grade context and actually take a look at the
Tell me
situation.
about it,
Because
son.
again, a lot of puns. And if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, I do highly recommend that you go and check that out. Honestly, my friends, when it is that we are talking about all of this, a government, a company, literally anything having that much knowledge or potential control over you is something that is incredibly scary. And that, my friends, is exactly why it is that I'm excited to be sponsored today by Venice AI. The reality is, nowadays, people simply just do not have control over their data anymore, and governments are getting heavily involved. Sam Altman would even go and announce that ChatGPT can now reference all of your past conversations, and OpenAI has even hinted that they may require government-issued IDs. People freak out about AI all the time.
So
Do
it's
you
a
think you're gonna feel
sponsor, but
comfortable
I
giving
still want to hear it.
ChatGPT their ID? No, I do not think so. But that is actually why I do like Venice AI. Venice is something that runs leading open source AI models directly in your browser app. You have conversations that are encrypted and stored only on your device. So there's no corporation, no government, no nothing that can spy on you, censor you, or use your data.
That's fair. That's totally fair because I use a lot of the AI on Twitter for important reasons. Anyway,
to explain this, it is reminiscent of the Arab Spring of 2011.
Yeah, I don't blame you,
In both
Danny.
time periods, multiple countries would experience strong waves of protests, with some of these countries giving massive concessions to
But it's
their
something
people,
bad for the
and other
sponsor.
countries just straight up crumbling under the pressure. Now, this time around, it was Nepal who seems to have the most success, as their protest would quite literally burn down parts of the government and cause the entire thing to just reset.
Right. I wonder how Camel's doing, by the way. I hope Mexico is able to get successful, though. And the fact that One Piece folks or even the protests are impressive. Yeah, Marcus, tell me about it. See, that's what I love about this is why I think that One Piece is the best anime. Well, I gotta be honest, it is. Because it happened in Puff's country, it happened in France's country, and then happened at a viewer of ours that hasn't been here lately in Nepal. And in the Philippines, which is where Cam is from, Nepal or Bangladesh, I'm not sure. I know I don't know about for Bangladesh yet. And yeah, tell me about it, Purple, honestly. Even though I never used ChatGPT, yeah, I can't basically speak. And Paul, the name of the video is Mexico is tired of corruption and violence, and this was uploaded just a little over an hour ago. And do I think the cartoon will completely disappear one day? No. Sadly, no. I mean, it will decrease, I hope, but disappear, I think it'd be humanly impossible. In my opinion, and I feel bad for the citizens in Mexico with the corruption. Same here, Katie. It's just so funny that this happens 2.5 hours away from our border, you know? And Eric, that's the name of the video. Mexico is tired of corruption and violence. And it's a really good video because it basically shows the history of how basically bad and how much crime it is in the country of Mexico. And I thought it'd be interesting to share it. And yeah, Cam One Piece is, especially in your country. And it won't disappear for good, but it could decrease, right, Shelby?
But again, there have been many more things that have occurred in different times and places all around the world, and it makes one wonder then, how did they start? Where did they come from? What is happening next? And I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a speed run through this because it's addressing a lot of different countries that we have already gone through on this channel before, and also some that we haven't yet, but just due to the sheer amount of things happening, we missed them somehow. To speedrun the context of this, last year in Bangladesh, the July Revolution.
Wait, what?
We haven't yet, but
Come on, Joseph, what a
due to the sheer amount of
coincidence.
things happening, we missed them somehow. To speedrun the context of this, last year in Bangladesh, the July Revolution protest would cause the first successful Gen Z revolution in the world to happen. And shortly after this, frustrated Gen Z students in countries around the world would decide, I guess, hey, if they can do it, we probably can too. And so they did.
Huh.
This would lead to protests and uprisings popping off all around the world. And the success of these very different protests would largely depend
Yep, your
on
country just.
so many different factors that it's just easier to go through.
I gotta see. I do like your flag. You don't mean it look that. It looks a little appealing. Maybe it's because what country's been going through. And Lisa, that's good. I'm so sorry if it didn't write what you typed in earlier. You got a C plus. That's good. Hey, a high C. That's good. You love Mexico market? Same here. Same here. And you don't want to fly. I don't blame you, Emilio. I think maybe it's because after looking what they go through, I don't mind it.
Hold on. What occurred in each instance, then dive into all the details, because we have already explained these in many different videos, and yeah, they share some similarities, but a lot of them are also tied to the unique histories of their country. First, Mozambique would try major protests in October of 2024, when Chapo would rig the election to keep the widely popular Mondlane from winning the presidency. And even though people would go and protest for 6 months, Chapo is still the guy who is in charge. At least Mondlane was able to organize amnesty for his supporters, but that was something that didn't really work out so well. Next up was Mongolia, which somehow this channel didn't actually even cover.
What?
I was literally in Mongolia a few months ago. It's kind of been a hectic year, so I apologize. So we're going to have to cover the movements that caused the most successful results. Like Mongolia, as an example, had one of the most unpopular prime ministers ever and significant corruption. Thanks to massive and consistent protests from mid-May to early June 2025, they would force the prime minister to resign and establish a new coalition government to be made. Then we had the most successful protest in Nepal, as we've mentioned here before, and a social media ban would cause the protest initially, but these protests then led very quickly to revolution, as the government made some serious mistakes trying to handle the protesters, including gunning down multiple children in cold blood. When these photos of these bloody teens hit social media, the Nepalese Gen Z movement collectively lost its shit.
I'm sorry.
Eliminated the entire government and started a fresh new one, with elections being held on Discord. Yeah, that happened. If you have not seen that video, go back and watch it. Moving on from this, in the protest that probably got overlooked by the largest amount of people, you had the citizens of Timor-Leste, who would hold protests in mid-September of 2025 after hearing that their elected officials were still receiving lifelong pensions after serving their terms.
Timor-Leste is not, it's like right next door to Paul's country, right? They do speak Portuguese, if I recall, and I think Indonesian. I think they speak both Portuguese and Indonesian. It's a small country. Man, I forgot about them.
For a poor country that's not exactly a thing that people like. At the same time that happened, news also broke that people of parliament, like the members, were going to be receiving 65 new cars worth over $4 million, which again, in a poor country, also is going to piss people off. The protest would cause one of the fastest cancellations of a shipment of cars the world has probably ever seen, and the pensions for former members of parliament were eliminated. In other words, the people of Timor-Leste would succeed in all of their main objectives, and that was that. Moving on from that, though, in the video that we released before this one, we mentioned the chaos that has been occurring in Madagascar.
Right.
Briefly, in a sentence or two, the people of Madagascar were basically sick of their poor quality of life and poor standard.
I'm surprised that's what they look like. They're like black, but like it's like if Paul was black, right? This is what they look like. That guy looks kind of cute. Anyway, he reminds me of Joshua. I don't know why. Anyway, what country do you think of a protest like this, Katie? Oh. You know what? I think maybe Venezuela. They need to have one. After what they've been going through with the money issues, had to be Venezuela. Have to be. Yep, right, Paul? It's just you can't have to wear black. You like the flag? Yeah, me too. Shelby, it's like Texas, but the car's reversed and there's no star on it.
Opportunity and employment being scarce didn't exactly help anything, and the protests that took place between late September and mid October of 2025 would cause the entire dissolution of the government and a coup and impeachment and exile of the then president, Andre Rajoelina. Now, unfortunately, that would only happen after it took setting multiple parts of the country on fire, but in the end, they did succeed. In other places, in Peru, protesters have been at it since mid-September 2025, and they would force the impeachment
Wait, what?
of the country on fire, but in the end, they did succeed. In other places, in Peru, protesters have been at it since mid-September 2025, and they would force the impeachment of the world's least popular leader, Dina Boluarte. As for the guy who replaced her, well, he could also be a giant red flag, so we'll see about it then. You should probably check his channel later time to see how things go with their next election.
Oh yeah, definitely, Francis.
In April of this fall.
I mean, after we've been, because of it's just the country is just so corrupted with the high crime rate, the awful president Maduro. Absolutely. And yeah, Danny cars for 4 million, and I can see this happening, definitely. And right, Muffin, that's what I'm thinking of too. And you saw the One Piece flag there too, Cam. Yeah, I'm surprised to have it in Sun's country.
Until then, the protests are still continuing. Speaking of continuing, in February, Indonesia began protesting, and they still haven't stopped.
Has it been that long?
Inspired so many other countries to try out for themselves that they're one of the key. In February, Indonesia began protesting, and they still haven't stopped. These protests inspired so many other countries to try out for themselves that they're one of the key forces that have led to protests and Gen Z.
Same here, Marcus.
In multiple other places. Togo would attempt change for a laundry list of reasons.
Togo? Are you kidding me? Well, no One Piece flag. Togo's one of the African countries, right? It's pretty small. It's in West Africa. Nice flag, though, that they have. Because I know Africa, though. Oh, God, they go through a lot. I know a lot of people like to say a lot about Africa, though. I know they do. Not good stuff.
In June, and would continue through even till the time that this video has been recorded. So
what?
Also, theoretically, probably one that we're going to need to tackle here in a bit. And then when all of this was going down, September came around. And when September of 2025 hit, Gen Z really got into action, and the fall truly began to occur. I'm serious when I say this, and this is why I'm speaking about these things in such a fast and brief manner, because all of this is context for what it is that we're explaining here today. Other countries, just since September, that have tried protests to varying levels of success include the Philippines, Morocco, the Maldives, Paraguay, Cameroon, and now, as of November, Mexico. Yes, it took us all this time to finally come full circle, but you need to understand that is why I had to mention all of these different countries, because they are all related with what has been happening here. And we're talking about this today, Ben, because this is a big deal. We've seen these protests.
I mean, Mexicans, they had to. They had the straw hat flag wearing a sombrero. That is too cute. Oh, that's too cute. It is a beautiful flag, though, I gotta say. Because my brother's half Mexican, right? I need to buy one. Like, I'm not Mexican, but I consider myself because of him. So I see it, Princess, right? It's so funny. Oh, muy divertido. That they basically just had to design it like that. It's so creative. And I see the flag, Jade. It is a cute flag, though. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, tell me about it, Lisa. Oh.
Through all kinds of countries. Big countries, small countries, poor countries, historically troubled countries, etc. But this one, Mexico, yeah, this is going to be one of those ones that the world watches instead of potentially ignores, like Sudan, which we've mentioned that here before. before.
Yeah.
Nowhere else during the year 2025 has there been protests that occurred in a country with the combination of qualities that Mexico has.
Like a
For
nose.
one, among all the different countries that we've talked about, they are one of the biggest economies, bigger than many of the countries that we had mentioned here before. They are on average a significantly bigger player on the world stage, and most importantly, they are a close ally and trade partner to the
The
United States,
States. Yep.
while being, again, on the literal border.
I'm not sure if we're about to show it. Yeah, I'm trying to make a nose. Yeah, I'm like right now, that's the last mushroom. Wait, no, Dan, actually, I have one more. I think I have one more mushroom in there. Yeah, I've been eating this meal since 2:40. I'm such a slow eater. So basically, if I could show the map, the one country that I think suffers the most, Emilio, North Korea, Afghanistan, and Sudan. But I think right now, Sudan, definitely. Definitely Sudan. Because of the lack of aid and resources they actually have. It's bad over there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Eric. Are you okay? Oh, tell your dad, Eric. I'm sorry. If you have a scratch, are you able to get a Band-Aid? I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, poor thing. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. Eric, if you can. Oh. Well, Eric, if you, I hate when that happens. So, Eric, try to if you're able to just lay down on the floor. I hope he didn't hit hard. Lay down on the floor, okay? I'm sure he's not bleeding, right? Because he just fell. And yeah, I can agree with Muffin. Eric, if it does hurt a lot, ask your dad if he could get a bag of ice for you, or you get some ice and then you get like a little cloth, and then you could pat it on your knee. That would help the pain. Poor Eric. I hate when that happens. So Emmanuel, Eric is Greg's son, right? That's really comfortable being here because of me. He's in the 4th grade and he's from Canada. So basically, oh yeah, you won't be able to see the map anyway. He's from he's in elementary school. If that makes sense. Because I forgot you could be in elementary till what, your grade 10? Oh wait. Well, actually, I think it depends on the birth date. So yeah, he's in the 4th grade. And yeah, Paul, that could work too, because I know his dad is asleep. I'd agree. If it does hurt a lot, Eric, definitely shout for your dad. Dad, my knee hurts. I'm sure he'll be awake. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Oh, almost getting full. I know he'll be okay, because trust me, I remember I had a couple incidents like that too. Yeah, I agree with Purple to not walk on it until it heals.
The United States. But most important to all of this, there is the Mexican cartels, the biggest factor that needs to be considered. Shadowy organizations with incredible amounts of money, resources, and power, as well as cruelty, with the will and ability to run the country through bribery, extortion, torture, murder, and so much more.
Marcus, that's a good idea. That too. Derek, I hope you hear us. I know he'll be all right. I know he will be.
Cartels have easily been the most powerful organization and businesses in Mexico for decades.
Okay.
Also, sadly enough, it's in the northern hemisphere.
And that way your dad, he could take a little break and he could talk to us, and that way you could rest up your leg if you want.
So news from Mexico actually reaches a much larger amount of eyes and ears instead of being
So, Katie,
ignored like
he's 9. Because his dad told me that he's in the 4th grade.
for places that we've talked about here previously.
I'm gonna get
one of
some
the
juice.
key reasons why we don't mention it in the first place. So, due to all of these factors, Mexico is going to be watched more closely by the rest of the world. Okay?
Oh, hold on, Jose!
And more importantly,
What a
why is
coincidence.
this happening? To explain this, we're going to be zooming in on a small part within the country. In the poor Mexican state of Michoacan, there lies this.
Wait, I think I've heard about that state. Okay, let me show the map. It's so weird how the states in other countries look so different than here in the US because ours have actual shapes, but otherwise you can't even recognize. Weird.
Of Rapon, with a population of around 360,000 people. It is the second largest city within the state, and it is the world capital for avocado growing. This city
Wait, it
surrounded
is?
by lush avocado and macadamia orchards.
What?
If you know those avocados from Mexico commercials that used to play on TV,
I've never seen
this
them.
is the place that they are talking about. It's an area with
Wait, I want to hear that again.
and macadamia orchards. And if you know those avocados from Mexico commercials
I like
that
that.
on TV, this is the place that they are talking about. It's an area with hardworking, salt of the earth, average people just trying to get by, grow their fruit, live life, but also it's home to some of the cartel's most lucrative businesses.
Really?
Because of this, my friends, it's been caught numerous times in the crossfire between rival cartels as well as the crossfire between the cartels and the police.
Right.
As an example of this, in August of 2019, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel just straight up murdered 19 people there.
Jeez!
Because of incidents like this, there's been a history of city mayors in Mexico that either just take bribes from the cartels in an effort to survive, or they just get gunned down in the street. That is the way that things would normally be run.
Yes,
But
the mayor that got assassinated. I've heard about this, which is how this started to happen, so to speak. And Jose, you like avocados? Me too. And Lisa, yes, 19 people. 19. And there's also a lot of states here in Mexico. I noticed, Francis and Jose, we're watching about Mexico's total corruption and violence. And I just saw quite a few of you are Latino, which is really funny to think about.
all of that would change when the city of Urupan, a new mayor would get elected who's going to take a hardline approach against the cartels. And his name was Carlos Manzo, and his part in this story is massive. To explain this in detail, Manzo would take a direct approach to hunting and capturing cartel members, which upset President Scheinbaum, which you may wonder, okay, why the hell would a president be upset with someone taking a hard stance on crime? Well, that is because the federal government tended to prioritize criminal prosecutions over armed confrontations, whereas the good mayor just wanted them out of his city, dead or alive.
Wait, huh?
The federal government tended to prioritize criminal prosecutions over armed confrontations,
Huh.
whereas the good mayor just wanted them out of his city, dead or alive, at any cost. And so, raising $2.6 million in funds to get new up-armored vehicles for the municipal police, he was fully prepared to do so. And when I say then that he changed the temperature in the region, I mean that from the very beginning, Carlos Manzo essentially declared war on the cartels.
Right.
In fact, he was so hardline about killing cartel members that he's even been compared to El Salvador's benevolent dictator, Nayib Bukele. In May
Jeez!
2025, there was a female municipal.
That's a big deal. Are you serious?
He was so hardline about killing cartel members that he's even been compared to El Salvador's benevolent dictator, Nayib Bukele. In May of 2025,
The president.
there was a female municipal worker who was killed by the cartels. And when this happened, Manzo flipped out. And he told his police officers, and I'm not kidding about this, to use deadly force against those responsible if they even showed the slightest hint of struggle or resistance.
Wow.
So, if they were in the middle of arresting someone and someone basically tried to wriggle out of their cuffs or something or shift because it was uncomfortable, it was pretty much a blank check to execute them on the spot.
Wow.
Now, obviously, this didn't exactly go over very well with President Sheinbaum, who would continue her predecessor's media campaign that carries the slogan, "Hugs, not slugs." Yeah, I know it sounds dumb, but that is actually correct. Hugs, not bullets, is in fact the official Mexican government stance on.
That is not gonna. And I know people say, "Oh yeah, you Americans have guns, you kill each other." Well, sometimes we have no choice. Yes, our karma can be bad, but it depends where though. Hugs, whatever that is, that's not gonna help. Are you kidding me? So what? If someone murders someone, we should hug them? No.
How to deal with the mass murdering cartels. And Carlos Monza was not having it, saying, and I quote, "There can be no hugs for criminals," end quote. Yeah, this is the statement that he would make before offering to step aside and stand down as mayor if President Sheinbaum could step in and resolve the situation with kind words and calls for surrender.
That's not going to do
without
anything.
firing a shot, as she apparently wanted. Honestly, just being serious here, I do not think you could make a better challenge statement than that. It is really a slap in the face, I swear.
Like, oh come on. Like it just it won't it's not gonna. No wonder she's hated. Also, Idaho is gorgeous. No wonder she's hated. Excuse me. So darn much. You know? Hey, Greg, I'm sorry to hear about your son. I hope he's resting his leg because he said that he fell off the chair. I hate when that happens. Well, at least it did to me in the past. And yeah, tell me about it, Amelia. Like literally. And you heard it? Oh, you did in Peru? In Peru? That's great to hear, son.
5. Following the murder of a municipal police officer, Monzo would cancel Independence Day festivities in the municipality. This would include the traditional reenactment of the Corrida de Dolores and a planned parade, and he would request direct support from President Sheinbaum to contain the violence in the area that was being caused by the presence of illegally armed criminal gangs. And thankfully, instead of ignoring it, the federal and state governments would deploy 300 members of the security forces to the municipality on the 30th of September, which is good, but they were withdrawn 2 weeks later. Monzo believed that the support was withdrawn because he had symbolically closed the cable car construction project carried out by the state government in the municipality. The following month, he asked the federal government to provide the municipal police with military-grade weapons, including the FN mini machine guns, to match those that were being used by the criminals, because in many cases the criminals were capable of outgunning the actual state police. And yeah, that position just kind of sucks. Now, Monzo knew that he had enemies all over the place, and he stated that if he were ever killed somehow, then it would be the doing of former municipal president Campos. This is a man that he'd accused of being in league with Leonel Godoy Rangel, the former governor of Michoacan, and Raul Moron Orozco, the former municipal president of nearby Morelia. Now, Monzo had argued with all of these men, accusing them of working for the cartels more than the people. Now, remember, Monzo stated this numerous times.
Muffin, sadly, yeah. I'm not one of them. But I guess it depends where in the U.S. I don't know why. It's like how for Emmanuel Lisa, it's like how a lot of Brits don't like Pakistanis, but like the Mexican version of it. Yeah, I hear that all the time. I mean, people don't even like blacks out here. Well, we don't like anyone. But yeah, it's sadly, I don't know why. Amazed because of the, oh man, it took me, I've been eating since 2:40. Golly. Oh, I'm full. And oh, you had to pick him up into bed, Greg. Oh. I hope he's able to rest though. Also, boy, it felt good having a full stomach though, at least. Because I'm not gonna be able to eat until probably late night. So I'm full for the rest of the day. You gotta have it. Like, let's see. So it's 2:40. I've been eating for 47 minutes. Wow, without stopping. Usually for people it takes them like a half hour. Huh, I think. Oh, let me turn the light. So there's also just criminals throughout the. Oh yeah, Jose, absolutely. Yeah, it's just some countries they're more extreme than others. I mean, I think that like if you're thinking about countries like Iceland or Switzerland, it would be extremely uncommon because of how safe they are. But of course, in Mexico and well, definitely many parts of Latin America and even Africa, sadly, yeah, there's a lot of crime now. And yeah, me too, Marcus. I really get full, like literally. I will eat the rest of that later, but I think if I get full, I will be way less hungry later. Oh, you get an airbag like mine, Marcus? Oh, glad to hear that you do. Yeah, I don't know what size it is, to be honest. And you have a story where you're mistaken for. Are you serious, Francis? That's horrible. How the heck did I? Yeah, I want to hear it. How the heck did I? What?
Carlos Monza was quickly becoming one of the most popular leaders in Mexico, and it was almost guaranteed that he was going to run for governor of Michoacan in 2027. And honestly, he stood a pretty good chance at winning, but you probably noticed that I was speaking in past tense there. That was not meant to be. On November 1st, 2025, Monzo would take part in the Festival de la Velas, a candlelit Day of the Dead celebration. While observing the festivities and chatting with local residents, Monzo was attacked from behind. He was shot 7 times. 3 of the bullets
Jeez.
hit him in the back and abdomen as he shielded his son's body with his own. The wound to the abdomen was the fatal shot, and he was pronounced dead only minutes later, at the age of 40. His assailant, a 17-year-old cartel member by the name of Victor Manuel Ubaldo Vidales, had been shot and killed by Monzo's security team. And what is so crazy about all this, my friends, is that this assassination, as the way it's been described here, is pretty unique among the literal hundreds of assassinations that Mexico has seen. And from
Right.
the outset, it doesn't seem that the assailant was ever expected to survive. In other words, this was a guy who was sent on a certain death mission. And hopefully this doesn't start a trend among cartels because the ones who will be told to carry out these missions will always end up being the youngest and most eager cartel members because assassinations are typically seen as the stepping stone to become a fully fledged cartel member, the equivalent of a made man in the mafia, if you will. Now, investigators would connect Manzo's assassin to the CJNG,
Yep.
who are one of two major players in the cartel world, operating directly out of Michoacan. Carlos Manzo's widow, Grecia Quiroz, was appointed to complete his term in office.
Oh, I was just typing in how long I've ate. Cam, I like to keep track of the food that I eat, like a little diary. That's why it was on my notes.
He would vow to carry on Manzo's legacy in exactly the same manner that he had been. Which, hey, I guess at least that's something. But do you know what is more insane than just this taking place? This is not anything new. This is a pattern. Manzo was the seventh municipal president to be killed in Michoacan, the seventh to be killed during the governorship of Ramirez Bedoya, a member of Sheinbaum's Morena party elected to a 6-year term in 2021, and the country's sixth municipal president killed in 2025 alone. It is that bad. Like, again, you need to understand just how incredibly bad this is. And so, when Governor Bedoya decided to make a poorly chosen appearance at Manzo's funeral, he almost got lynched by the townspeople as he showed up. They began calling him a murderer and demanded justice. And this turned
Wait, what?
president killed in 2025 alone. It is that bad. Like, again, you need to understand just how incredibly bad this is. And so, when Governor Bedoya decided to make a poorly chosen appearance at Manzo's funeral, he almost got lynched by the townspeople as he showed up. They began calling him a murderer and demanded justice. And this turned ugly immediately with the governor's security team evacuating him out after less than 5 minutes of him being at the funeral home. Literally, thousands of townspeople would accompany Manzo's body to its final resting place. And the people of the city would congregate in the town main plaza where where they began to collect as many keys as possible to be melted down to be turned into a statue of him. But that was not going to be enough. A protest was organized for November 2nd in Morelia, the capital of Michoacan. Citizens would show up shouting, "Justice for Monzo, enough with the crime," and Claudia didn't listen and the government killed him. Hundreds of people would storm the state government palace, armed with Molotovs, sticks, stones, and anything else they could swing or throw. They would even break into the government offices there and force the police to fire tear gas inside the government building just to try to flush them out. It was going down, and it was going down fast. The very next day, another protest would be held by students, during which a law student would take a rubber bullet to the eye. On November 7th, in Urupan, a massive march demanding security and justice would be organized by Carlos Manzo's own grandmother, and between 70 to 80,000 people showed up. Now, she was terrified for his life while he was alive, and he told her, and I quote, "I have to save Urupan. I love it because it's my home. I adore its people." End quote. That is how he felt. And this march would bring nationwide attention to the murder of him. And once Gen Z got wind of it, they began to organize via social media. The result of this was huge and rather immediate. Nationwide protests were organized.
All right, let me read this for my Spanish speakers. Okay. Right, and wait, let me see what Francis said. I was driving home and I was being pulled over. And there were 10 cops on my car telling me to pull over. And they all had guns. And I thought I was going to get shot. And all of this was true. Wow, Francis. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I just, like, you can't just tell someone it's a cartel randomly. I don't, because a cartel, they want to be by themselves, you know? It doesn't make any damn sense. I'm sorry to hear that. My God. And yeah, Marfit, it's pretty dark, alright? It is. It's also that, I forgot what happened at January 6th, Lisa. I totally forgot. I think Double told me, though. But this is basically what it says, right? Gracias, amigo. Nos nasten a luchar y al tener muchos riesgos de luchar vive Carlos Manzo.
And when the assigned day came around, marches and protests were held in over 50 different cities across Mexico. But the most important and significant protests would be the ones taking place right in Mexico City in the backyard of President Sheinbaum. Now, to say backyard in this context, you need to understand, I'm not saying that, oh, it's like literally in the backyard of her house. I mean,
the government building.
The heart of everything for the government, that is the backyard of Sheinbaum. And people were not happy with her. Who are the people, you may wonder then? Well, it's kind of hard to describe. The movement that we've been...
Yeah, I only know parts of that garden. I'm so sorry. Gracias, amigo means thank you, friend, right? And then luchar, it means fighting. That actually makes sense. Right, Francis? Mexico strength, especially what you have to put up with, too. And, oh, yeah, son, it's totally racial. It is. Definitely. Or else they wouldn't have treated him like that.
Here so far calls itself Gen Z Mexico and is self-described as a civic and nonpartisan youth movement. They advocated hard for a recall referendum for President Sheinbaum and the autonomy of the electoral institutions and the elimination of organized crime's influence on elections. Technically, the group has been organizing since October 2025, but when Manzo was assassinated, it changed the focus of the movement from being one based on procedural changes and removing Sheinbaum to a much bigger movement demanding more public security and for the government to actually do something for once
right.
on the level of crime that they have to deal with.
Right.
The day of protests led to clashes between demonstrators and police. According to official reports, at least 100 police officers ended up getting injured in the fighting, as well as over 20 protesters. Now, these protesters went and removed the fence protecting the National Palace,
right.
To which the police responded by firing tear gas and arresting 20 of them, which they would accuse of theft and assault.
Huh.
The tension that everyone has been feeling was boiling over now. And as for Sheinbaum, well, she claims that a network of international right-wing groups, opposition figures, influencers, and bots would coordinate with each other in order to promote the process of destabilizing Mexico. Which, okay, yeah, that's a claim. That's definitely a claim to be made here. I will say.
Hey,
But it's
Isabella.
also one that is not necessarily really backed up.
Oh, I'll say both countries do. But I think what's really more dangerous, though, definitely Mexico for sure. Because of all this, like I know Japan did something bad, but this is, oh boy, Mexico is way worse. If you look, do not. I've seen a couple of them. Do not look up the Mexican cartel videos. Don't. I still get flashbacks of it. I don't want to go in detail, but it's not pretty. It is not pretty at all. And I forgot what happened on the 6th, Dumbbell. I totally forgot.
Ridiculous to go and say that, oh, it's just a bunch of right wing influencers and bots, when no, this is something that gained massive popularity after the murder of Carlos Manzo. It wasn't something that seemed to have any kind of growth prior to that. It's a very obvious string that is able to be connected between a series of dots. But yeah, meanwhile, protesters are still committed to protesting regularly until any kind of change happens. Protesters in Mexico City on the 15th shouted for the president to resign, as well as chants calling out Mexico as being a narco state. Which, to a degree, considering what we've talked about
It
here,
is.
yeah, go check out my previous video. You'll understand why people say that. But either way, this kind of protest is something that is unique in Mexico. And to have it break out in over 50 cities across the country simultaneously must have felt like an absolute nightmare scenario for Scheinbaum. Really, what surprised most of the media reporting the news of the protest to the rest of the world was the makeup.
I hope so too, Francis. I really do. And it's when people stormed the Capitol. Oh, I think I probably heard about that. That must have been a while.
Yeah. In other countries, protests were organized by Gen Z and were mostly populated by Gen Z. But here, in the case of Mexico's protests, we call it a Gen Z protest, but the protest groups as a whole represented a massive, wide swath of the Mexican demographic.
Todos somos Carlos Manzo. It means all are Carlos Manzo.
From young to old, teens to senior citizens, lower class all the way to upper class. It was overall a much broader representation of the Mexican populace and bodes well overall for an organized movement to actually last in Mexico in comparison to what we've seen in other places.
Right.
So, what then? Will Mexico actually recall its president? Or will they be able to remove the influence of the cartels? Honestly,
It's hard to
it's too
tell.
early to tell you about that. What we can tell you is that protests are scheduled to continue, and it doesn't seem like Gen Z is ready to give up on the idea of a new and less corrupt Mexico, even if other people for the past several decades have. Genuinely, considering how corrupt Mexico currently is, though, it's not going to be easy by any means. Effective change in Mexico will be the greatest test of Gen Z and its fall so far. And if that change does happen, it's almost guaranteed to be very bloody and violent, because it's not like gangs are going to give up their power and influence. The even bigger question of all this still remains unanswered as well. What will the response of the cartels be to all of this?
Good question.
So, in the end, is Mexico about to undergo serious societal change, or are they going to devolve into something more reminiscent of a long and drawn out civil war? We don't really know. The next round of protests will give us more insight. But we really did want to get out the news that Gen Z fall has officially reached North America. It was bound to happen at some point, just didn't expect it to happen immediately. And rest assured, we will be following the story closely, as it will probably prove to be the most high profile series of protests that occurred in the violent and chaotic year that was 2025. In other words, people of Mexico are just getting started, and we will have to wait and see where it is they end up. With that, my friends, we're going to be ending things here today. Thank you all very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. If you could like, comment, and subscribe.
Mexico has been tired of corruption and violence before I was even born. This movement, done in good faith, will eventually be hijacked by the same group of powerful people who have ransacked the country for decades. Rinse and repeat. What would they have to see, though? Mexico's in a complete state of paralysis with every political party being the same. The government is losing control of the yeah. Oh, excuse me. Thankfully, there are no problems here in Finland. Shh, don't tell anyone, but things are not super great here either, right? When are the people of Mexico going to learn that if you go up against the cartels, you have to wear a body armor 24/7? You have to minimize your appearances in public and any appearance in public. Yeah, so I've heard. Right. Given how Mexico's current president is trying to paint all the protesters as right wing, I don't know what the heck that means. Wait, what? According to a 2022 Pentagon report, 1/3 of the country is controlled by the cartel? What? No way is that much. As a Mexican, I could tell that people out of Mexico is eating the propaganda that corrupt media is spreading, especially from TV Azteca. I've heard of that channel. Or the media from Ricardo Salinas Pliego, which we have an anti-shine bomb campaign because he can't pay anymore. Wait, who's he? Oh, to judges to avoid. Oh, Mexico's always tired of corruption and violence, but the approbation of the president is still higher at above 30%. Mexican media shows propaganda that shows to the world that the president is competing, but is not. What? What? Okay, if they're supporting the president, I'm sorry, but you're supposed to be Mexican, right? Why would you? Or what else could mean deep shit if it went Generation Z rebels of Japan? What? Interesting. Huh. All right, sorry for that. I might take another nap soon. Yes, Lisa, same here. Because I don't like me, Francis, Katie, Shelby don't live far from there. I do want to visit, literally. They give up it. I do that all the time. I do. And that's because they would hunt them, right? Right, Millie, that's true. That is true, though. And yeah, 1/3, Katie. I didn't know it's that much. I mean, that's what someone said on or typed up, and yeah, that guy was confused. It was at a part, but they try to see that. Oh yeah, she didn't do anything wrong. She's helping the country when she literally got a mayor killed. That's against the cartels. I'm surprised she hasn't been assassinated herself. And Dumbo, what question do you have? Yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, I know there are over the country though, but yeah, that's a little steep. Like you know, it's a huge country though. Still, yeah, she is not helping the country at all, Francis. It's just so weird that she's doing this, especially since she's a woman. Wouldn't the country be better then? Because I know how women are treated in Mexico sometimes. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I could take a stomach crash, sure. I don't mind. I may take a nap at 4:30. Oh yeah, also I had the weirdest dream yesterday. I think it's like I don't know if it was a nightmare. At first it was a nightmare, but it was a pretty cool dream though. Just because that's true, Jose. That's true. That's true. It's just I know, like it's not common for let's just say countries to have female presidents. The same way that here in the U.S., when we had our very first black president, that was a big deal for us because all the presidents we have are white. You know, that would never happen here again to like the next, I bet, 2 centuries. It's called The Final Episode by Asking Alexandria. Let me look that up. But yeah, this is a good channel though. The Final Episode by Asking Alexandria? Oh, the struggle of a K-pop star. I'll watch that later. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me see this very quick. It just popped up at the top of my recommendations again. But I'm gonna keep that on hold, okay? Because I know you like your K-pop, right? I kind of see what this is about. That Tommy reacted to. And remember when we almost had female president? Oh yeah, what's her name again? Kamala Harris. Even though people didn't like her, right? But I heard she's controversial as well. And yeah, this is why I don't care for politics that much. But I do wonder if how would it be like if we had her as a president? That's what I'm wondering.
Collapsing on stage.
Oh, Hillary, right, Isabella. I'm surprised you know who she is.
And they be training from like a young age. We want to see this.
I gotta see what this is about.
Talent scout from a major agency. Whoa.
Yeah, right, Katie?
Signed the papers that same week. You don't read the fine print. Nobody does. Congratulations. You're a trainee now. Childhood is over. You're happy, but you'll regret it within a month. The agency building towers above you like a glass cathedral. Inside, fluorescent lights hum over marble floors, where hundreds of kids wait, all beautiful. That's so weird too, bro. The concept of like a grown-ass man looking for like a 12-year-old girl that like is like attractive to them for a business. But I'm not gonna lie, that's the entertainment industry. I mean, they used to do that a lot when like it used to be easier for like labels to manufacture artists and before when labels were like the main ones controlling the music output. Like nowadays.
So Amelia, this is the struggle of being a K-pop star, and this is by Tommy that's reacting to it. He posted this 23 minutes ago.
A lot of them always end up talking about like, oh yeah, I got touched. This man who did this and that, or they might not even be able to tell, bro. It's not NBA. They're herded into a practice room. Dance, they command. No music, no warm up. Just dance. Your legs shake. A panel of executives sits behind a table. Faces carved from stone, judging every breath. 3 minutes later.
So Jerry, it was like 25 minutes ago.
Legs trembling, replaying every mistake. That stumble in the second date count. That breath he took too loudly. I feel like telling somebody to dance is the equivalent of like somebody saying, "Oh, tell a joke," or "You're funny, tell a joke." Like, bro, this is not how you do it. You need like a setup. I need at least a song, quiet, just a dancing. It's gotta be so awkward. You see your squeaking steps. You check your phone obsessively for 2 weeks. Your friends text about school. You can't focus, can't eat, can't sleep. Every notification makes your heart stop. Then
he's adorable when he yawns.
You're in. Training starts Monday. You scream, you cry. You call everyone you know. Your mom makes your favorite dinner. Samgyeopsal, extra fatty. It's the last real meal you'll have for years.
What?
They can starve them too. Like, here's your meal for the day. A single Cheerio. Crazy thing is, bro, I don't know about y'all. I don't really find that attractive. I mean, beauty standards is different around the world over there. They like more of the, the music artists looking like that. Isn't that kind of crazy though? It just switches depending. Like over here, bro, we like some thick. Like it's not even like skinny normal. It's like super skinny. It's like to the point that, god damn. Bro.
And anorexic.
Welcome to the club, man. No, but even when I was in Japan, though, when I was in Japan, I was just seeing the girls there, right? I was just like, damn, bro. Like, everybody's genuinely just, like, very skinny. You're seeing some thick shit. I'm like, dang. Over there, it's like, it's just non-existent. It's literally a rarity over there.
Yeah, he does have a point.
So it's like promises of fame. Nobody mentions the debt clause buried on page 47. Nobody explains you'll owe them for everything. Vocal lessons, dance training, housing, food, even the bottled water you drink. You sign. That's common though through the industry, like music industry, when they'll like have you sign a contract, especially for rappers and shit. Rappers be done themselves is they'll get like some money. You owe the money. It's like a debt, or you owe a part of the money, and they just end up spending all of it.
Oh, Mia's comment didn't run through. Did you know a lot of K-pops commit suicide? Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sorry, Mia. All of my comment didn't run through. It's just so odd to me that they had to just go through this, and it's so heartbreaking just because they had to look really good on camera, and how if they want to date someone, then their fans would get so jealous to the point that they basically will haunt them. It's kind of like how the way Young Ton treated me, but even worse.
Doing dumb shit and they end up in debt. I'm telling you, bro, like modern rappers, a lot of them, they just be broke as fuck. Because they have to over by their label and they don't have good financial decisions.
Pen that feels heavier than it should. The ink is permanent. So is everything that comes next. 5:30 a.m. The dorm alarm screams. You're wedged into a bunk bed in a room designed for two, now housing 6 trainees.
She sound like
The
Squid Game.
walls are so thin you hear the girl next door crying every night. You used to ask if she was okay. Not anymore. Everyone cries here. Breakfast is 4 scrambled eggs. Plain, no salt, no oil. A manager watches you eat.
Ew, plain scrambled eggs. It's just so fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it
The
is.
seasoning don't even add calories. Dang, salt and pepper is not going to add anything. If you add like some cheese or something, yeah, or sauce, this just sounds like torture.
Counting every bite. On the wall, a chart tracks your weight. The target is brutally low for your body.
45 kg, so what is that, like 100 some?
That's like 98 pounds, I think.
Is that even 100? That's 100 pounds exactly.
Wow.
Holy shit. I'm thinking of it.
For me, though, since I'm really short, if I was a K-pop singer, that wouldn't be a problem for me. You know, to be of them, I want to keep my weight a secret. I'm pretty light, but I'm not underweight. That won't be a problem. But under for others, it would be. Wait, what about 100? I'm sorry, Lisa. Yeah, pounds. Yeah, basically, you got to be around 45 kilograms, right? So you got to be pretty short. Sadly. And why do K-pop idols get treated like prisoners? Son, I don't know. I wish I do, honestly. And Muppet, oh, you like K-pop, but the idols are treated terribly. Yeah, they are. And doesn't South Korea have a strict? They do, Shelby, extremely strict. And what do they mean by their last true me? I'm thinking because when they had to do the dance recitals, Paul, they're not able to eat anything they want because they had to look a certain way. And really, Katie, 5'8"? Oh wow, they're giants compared to me. I didn't know, you know that's average height for them. Really? Oh yeah. Oh, I can't even imagine that. I think that's mostly for the girls, so they did away that much. And I remember when EXO member Chan got married, the fans hated him. That's terrible, Dumbo. Wow.
Wait, what the fuck? That's actually absurd. Like, so if you're 200 pounds, imagine you being double somebody's like low-key, if somebody's like smashing, like let's say with a K-pop idol, it's like some dude that's like 200 pounds. Bro, like you can damn near suffocate her. You're not surviving that, bro.
And if you're over it, you skip meals. Last month, a girl fainted during practice.
Damn it.
They carried her out and brought in her replacement by afternoon.
What?
Your body is never yours. It's company property, and property needs maintenance. 6 a.m.
That sounds like human trafficking. What the hell?
Wait, you step on the scale. The number flashes. 46.2 kilograms. The trainer's eyes narrow. Lose 2 kilos by Friday or you're cut from the evaluation. You're not. You always not. For the next 4 days, you eat nothing but ice.
Crazy thing is though, with Ozempic, it would kind of be easier for them because Ozempic, they don't even crave shit. But even then, you're not supposed to do that. No, Ozempic's not really good food. There's a lot of side effects to it, but people still take it because, like, you know, they're just trying to lose weight.
Cubes and air. You run an extra hour after.
When I think about life in the U.S. is dystopian hellscape, I realize South Korea and Japan exist. Yep.
Well, you need to drink water because you'll be dehydrated and die. You can skip food for like I think like 2 weeks before dying, depending on how big you are. But you cannot skip water.
You're so dizzy you have to grip the wall to stand. 44.1 kilograms.
You're cut.
The trainer smiles. Good girl. You smile back. Then you go to the bathroom and throw up in the night. 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Dance practice. The mirrors cover
5 hours?
The choreographer screams in your face when you miss a step. Your knees ache. Your feet bleed through your socks, but you don't stop. Can't stop. There's a line of people waiting to take.
Crazy thing is, yeah, the contrast between this and
Yeah, that's ridiculous, Dumbbell.
Latest to their shows, nigga, not doing no dance moves or anything, and people will still go. Like it does not matter.
Your place. They're younger, prettier, hungrier. 12 p.m. Lunch. 6 pieces of steamed chicken. A fistful of lettuce.
Ew, steamed chicken? Ew, and no seasoning? Oh my god, that just sounds so sick. Like I'm imagining the texture in my mouth of steamed chicken, not even salted. Salt causes too many calories. You know? So then like 0.001% of a calorie is too much.
You dream about pizza. You love pizza. You used to. The afternoon blurs. Vocal training until your throat is raw and every swallow feels like glass. Media training where they teach you to smile through anything. Language lessons where you memorize phrases.
Bro, but something to me is not worth it. Yo, let's say they came up to me and they're like, oh, you could make like, I don't know, 10 mil in 10 years, right? But this is the type of like, if I don't know, if I got hired by like a Hollywood executive or an actor or something like that, it's just not worth your mental health, dog. Like, you can destroy yourself. They probably barely get a percentage of the actual music they make. This is the music business too. So they're getting tortured. They have to act the best on camera, and they're barely getting paid.
3 languages you'll never actually learn. By 10 p.m., you collapse into your bunk. Exhausted, you scroll through social media, watching your friends at school dances, at birthday parties.
I like when he yawns.
They tag you. Miss you. When are you visiting? You're not. You haven't seen them in 2 years. You aren't given time to. You put your phone down, stare at the ceiling, wonder if this is working. Then your roommate whispers from the bunk above.
Yeah, tell me about Amelia. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, it is dark, isn't it, Gage? And you're Asian, Muffin? I knew that. You have days where you only eat eyes? That's terrible. How is that possible, though? I'm so sorry you're going to go through that. And yeah, Paul, 5 hours. I mean, I don't know. How is it even possible to even dance for 5 hours? That's another thing. And I've listened to a few K-pop songs, but wow, I didn't realize how bad. Yeah, I think that's why, Marcus, because with the, what is it, the choreography, that probably explains why. Because there's actually a group of them, and they got to get it right every time, and they're switching languages. That probably has to explain it. And not to mention, they forced them to learn. Dumb, are you serious? That's ridiculous. And they even train them for years, and that's the training? Mia, are you kidding me? No wonder South Korea has such a high suicide rate.
He didn't think about quitting. My friend tried. The company said she owed them 300 million won for training. Her family almost lost their house. Your blood goes cold.
300 million won. Well, Loki, 200 bands, you could pay that off. That is a lot, but I would just do it. Man, so I didn't even know they put them through like contracts like that. If they quit, they have to pay them back. Okay, in a way, y'all do like these K-pop models not read the contract, or do they not get a lawyer or some shit? Because to me, immediately I'm like, okay, if I'm the parent of like a girl trying to join a K-pop group, you don't have a lawyer to come through this shit.
You didn't know. Nobody told you. But now you understand. You're not a trainee.
So
you're an investment. And investments don't get paid. Once a month, they line you up like cattle. One by one, you perform for executives who decide your fate. Sing, dance, look pretty. Convince them you're worth the investment. You're 15 now. This month, they announce a surprise. We're debuting a new girl group next year. Top 5 trainees will be selected. Your heart stops. 3 years of starvation, exhaustion, debt, and there's finally a finish line in sight. But then they add, we're bringing in external auditions to fill the roster. You're competing with new talent now. Translation, you're replaceable.
So if you get kicked out, you have to pay the debt? Because it could be like that. Because y'all know for colleges, if you get expelled, bro, that shit don't matter. They don't give you a number. You paid at the end of the day. I guess that is kind of different, though. If you get expelled, that's your fault. Like, you just did some dumb shit.
Yeah, that's what they do, Lisa.
Girls arrive. They're younger.
Not to,
prettier. Pay for private
not to
training.
mention
They
a
don't
lot
have
of
the
K-pop idols have
desperation.
stalkers. Oh,
They're
definitely,
fresh,
Dumbo.
they're breakers. One girl is told she's not ugly, but not pretty enough. She's 14. Watch her cry in the bathroom.
So this makes me not like K-pop for a bad. Tell me about it, Purple.
5 spots in a group. She's your rival, not friend. One night you pack
turn
her
into
back,
an enemy.
get as far as the dorm entrance. Then you remember, you quit before debut, you owe the agency for all training costs. Plus, penalty 800 million won.
Wait, how much money is that?
300 goes 200,000. This is like 500 or something.
Happen.
Yeah, if this is me, I'm just leaving the country. I'm going to some place where like this criminal record doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to China. That's actually not even that far from them.
Over $500,000. Your parents don't have that. Neither do you. You unpack your bag and go to practice. The system isn't designed to train idols. It's designed to trap them. 3 years, 8 months, 9
Why
years.
are you saying North Korea?
How long you've been a trainee when they finally call your name. You're in the group. You made it. You're debuting. The other trainees congratulate you, but their eyes are empty. Some have been training for 6 years. They're too old now. 22, 23.
What?
In K-pop years, that's ancient. They'll be released soon.
How is that
That's ancient,
bro? Yo, how ageist is South Korea? Like, god damn. What the fuck? How does that even make any sense? But then again, also BTS of them are like 28 now and shit. Like they've been big for like I don't know how long. Like probably like 8 years by now. So is it just selective? I'm assuming it's probably more selective than it is. For being honest, it probably is. Because I know South Korea, bro. In South Korea, they have like it has the whole periphery, right? In a way,
I think so, yes.
South Korea wasn't, like the dudes out there, bro. They put like the misogyny of like every other country to like in the shame. They're like, oh,
Jerry, I don't
like,
know. To be honest with
like, it's to the
you,
point where,
I don't know if it would be. And I used to know someone who liked K-pop, and she told me how bad Angel Shiro was, right, Francis? Yeah. Tell me about it, Marcus. Because that's like, what, right? That's older than Dumbbell. Only by a few years. And I even saw a video where a K-pop group was recording their new song and telling them how their fault for not selling albums. Are you kidding me? Gosh.
literally just hate women. Like just beat like it's insane. I remember seeing the pictures of the dudes on the train station.
Did you know that there's even a pedal issue? No, Misa. Mia, no. Really? That's an issue? That's terrible.
They're like posing like with middle fingers saying, yeah, we don't care. Bro, you're hating on pregnant women? How do you think you were born, dumbass? Do you think you just came out of a man's butthole, nigga? That's the thing that makes us and just like misogyny in general, like we're all born for women. So like I don't really understand like all this extreme misogyny and shit. Like nigga, what the fuck?
Sent home with nothing but debt and a gap where education should be. They don't think about them. They can't. You got a week to learn 20 songs, 12 choreographies, and smile through press conferences where reporters ask if you have a boyfriend. No, you say laughing.
Of course.
Focus on my fans.
And then you got all the fucking Gooner South Korean juicers. Whoa. She doesn't have a boyfriend. I get a chance. And that's when they get like a bunch of stalkers and shit. Oh my god, I need to talk about. Well, they probably get stupid stalkers. So they go through all this pain. Then they got to deal with stalkers, and I guarantee the company probably don't even help them with that.
Lie. Your contract has a dating ban. 3 years minimum. Fall in love, get caught, and you're out. Your debut showcase is in 72 hours. You sleep 3 hours a night. During rehearsals, you collapse.
That's it?
They hook you to an IV backstage and send you back out. Debut day.
So IV bags prepared in the back is crazy. They must have no work labor laws there. I don't imagine any other places having IV like pre-work.
And there's even a K-pop group that tried to kill themselves because of their managers. Oh my goodness, Dumbo. Wow. I do know a lot of people will even be obsessed over. Oh, definitely, Jaden. That does happen quite a bit. And once a female fan sent a male K-pop a letter in pure. Oh. That should be a felony and logical assault. Are you serious, Dumbo? Oh, that's sick.
Like a non-like medical place. Like
No.
it makes sense. Okay, fine, but like some in a dance studio, they got
Oh, my
IV
goodness.
bags ready for people.
It's like if a guy would send me a letter in sperm, right? Oh, God. Oh. Mia, you've heard about that? Okay, it's my reaction exactly. I'm definitely gonna take a nap in a half hour. Oh my gosh.
Camera.
I think it's that meal that made me relaxed.
You bow. You perform. You smile until your face hurts. Afterwards, your manager says, "Good job. Now you just have to pay off the debt." The debt. Right.
And for that performance, they made like 100 bands, and then you pay like 1,000 towards your debt.
$1,000,001 you've racked up. Now that you've debuted, that debt is yours to repay. Every album sold, most of the profit goes straight to the agency.
Yeah.
They're working for free until the red number turns black. For some groups, that's 2 years. For others, it's 7 or never. 3 a.m. recording date. You're redoing the same line for the 40th time. Your voice cracks. The producer sighs.
That's the same, Amelia.
Again and again.
Jeez.
And again. By dawn, your throat feels like broken glass. 6 a.m. Hair and makeup. They bleach your hair for the 4th time this year. It's falling out in clumps.
I was gonna say that's definitely a. You are not supposed to bleach hair that much. They never heard of wigs over there? Like goddamn.
8 a.m. Dance practice. Your ankle is swollen. You sprained it last week and never let it heal. You pop 3 painkillers and keep dancing. 12 p.m. Fan meet. 200 fans screaming, crying, wanting a piece of you. You sign albums until your hand cramps. You bow. You thank them. You mean it. But then you check your phone backstage. The comments. She looks fat. Her face is puffy. She gained weight.
See, I'm sorry. This is something I don't understand. I'm never sitting there, bro, fucking like just spamming comments, like hating on somebody's list. I'm just like inherently a bad person. You know? It's just so weird to me. Also, I wouldn't give a bro. Like, if anybody calls me chopped or some shit, this and that, like, I know you gotta be joking, but if somebody genuinely calls me, I'm like, bro, I don't even know what you look like. You probably chopped this.
True.
You are probably chopped this. If they have their face in their profile picture and they look like, I don't know, like crazy, like a margaret, then I'd be like, okay, maybe I am. But like 99% of the time, there's no profile picture. It's just like a random person.
Disgusting. You ate a full meal.
An 8 out of 10 series. Okay, I like that.
They noticed. The manager pulls you aside. No dinner tonight. That night, you scroll
What?
through social media. Another headline. K-pop idol.
Are you
finds dead at
serious?
27. Another suicide. Jonghyun,
Wow.
Suli, Guhara, Moonbin. The articles talk about mental health awareness for a week. Then everyone moves on. You put your phone down. You're exhausted. You're breaking.
So is the South Korean government gonna do anything about this?
No.
I'm not sure if the South Korean government even added laws. No, the South Korean government has not added new specific laws to protect K-pop idols from exploitation.
What?
And a recent court ruling affirmed that celebrities are now legally considered workers and under current law. What do you mean they're not workers? Nigga, they dancing and practicing for like 10 hours a day and shit. How's it not working? You mean legally not workers? Are they legally human beings to you? Needs reform. There's consensus on the urgent needs for reform, such as implementing a talent agency act similar to Hollywood's that will require agencies to be licensed and prohibited under. Yeah, like Hollywood has the same shit. And even then, Hollywood, you know the incidents happens there. But at least we have agencies where, like, you know, these executives can't go too far with exploitation and different shit. Like Hollywood exploitation compared to their shit is like in Coffin Baby versus Hydrogen Bomb. Shit not even close.
But you can't stop. And then there's footsteps in your stairwell. The calls.
Tell me about it, Jose. It does, huh? In the end, yeah, they do so like torture, don't they, Paul? I just can't imagine that, you know, being this. And I even heard that their contracts are like super long. Oh man, I mean, they gotta do a lot of paperwork, don't they, Jerry? And the fact that South Korea doesn't even do anything to help or stop these companies, yeah, it is totally disturbing, literally. And see why idols hate being idols. Yeah, Danny, tell me about it.
Grabbed your wrist outside your dorm. Your agency filed a report. The stalker was fined 80,000 won, about $55.
The more I hear about this, the more I understand why South Korea $55 for fucking SAing somebody, basically. There's even grabbing somebody if you don't get arrested. Let me search it up right now. Grape, punishable by 3 years to life imprisonment, 3 years straight. Imitative grape, non-vaginal sexual force using violence or intimidation carries a minimum penalty of 2 years imprisonment? What do you mean 2 years? Distribution for profit carries a minimum of 5 years imprisonment, while possession carries a minimum of 1 year imprisonment. You tell me if a nigga has cheese piece on their computer, they could potentially get at minimum 1 year. They need a new government.
Then we came back. You're 21, sitting in a hospital room at 4 a.m. Your group mate is hooked to an IV. Exhaustion, the doctor says. That's code for she tried to hurt herself. The agency releases a statement. She'll return when ready. She never does. They replace her with a new girl, younger, shinier, cheaper.
Damn.
Nobody talks about it. You're on your third album cycle. The group's starting to fracture. One member left. Another was caught dating, and the fans turned on her overnight. Overnight, she became the villain. The agency didn't defend her. They released her quietly and acted like she never existed. You're still here.
Bro, this sounds terrible, bro. It's probably gotten better for them at least because like more Western audiences like K-pop and they don't care as much. Nobody gives a fuck if you're dating some people over here. I'm not gonna lie. Niggas will still crush on celebrities even if you're dating them. We do not care.
Still performing, still smiling. But the industry is already looking past you. Fourth generation idols are everywhere now. Younger, more polished, more profitable. Their last album underperformed. The company's losing interest. Your manager calls you in. They're not renewing your contract. Just like that, 7 years of training, 5 years as an idol, it's over. You're 25. No college degree, no savings. The debt paid off, the agency says. You never saw the accounting. 5 years as an idol, your bank account has 12 million won, about $9,000. Less than
Yeah, hell no.
minimum wage would have earned you. The skills you have, singing, dancing, looking perfect, are only useful in an industry that's deciding you're too old. What now? You're working at a coffee shop in Hongdae now. Customers sometimes recognize you. Aren't you in that group? Smile, nod, or their latte.
Mhm.
Late at night, you see your old music videos.
And then they just hear like, damn, bro, your ass working a coffee shop now?
Hmm.
Broke ass nigga.
That person on screen, smiling, dancing, glowing, feels like a stranger. She was a product, a fantasy for millions who never knew the girl behind the makeup. You think about the kids auditioning now. signing contracts they don't understand. You want to warn them.
I think the worst part about all of this too, I always think of like celebrity kids or things like this, is the parents that are in it. Bro, those be the most disgusting parents. Jeanette McCurdy, right? Bro, her ass got so I feel bad for her. What she was saying happened. I was like, damn, I understood why she doesn't get her mom bad. Like she was talking about, like, oh yeah, her mom would shower with her or some shit, or like watch her to make sure her weight was fine. Just some weird shit, bro. And her mom would tell her like, oh, you don't matter. It's like, god damn, bro. Like at that point, you're just creating a kid to be a worker. You didn't even care about that.
But you don't. They wouldn't listen anyway. You didn't. And you survived. But at what cost? You survived the glitter and the grime. But what if the show didn't end on stage? Click here to step into the life of.
Interesting. That was a good video. Yeah, should I join it?
Yeah, that's tragic. Wow. Did you know idols are not allowed to swear? Are you serious, Mia? How would they know if you're not swearing though? Like if you wanted to keep it in secret? Like how would they know exactly? That's ridiculous. And do you also know about the military in South Korea? I think I've heard about it though. Wait, because that's mandatory, I've heard? If that means they would make men serve 2 years and they give passes to those who are. Wow, that's insane. I do wonder why that's a thing. I have no idea, Jaden. Literally. And Francis, my pleasure. Not to mention, of a lot of them are forced to perform, even if. So it's like here in the U.S. we got American football, but that's singing instead of yeah, without the without no, with the singing involved. That's horrible. And me as my players, I know I did doze off a little bit because I've been so tired lately. Wow. Wow. And thank you, Paul. That means a lot. Hey, Eric, welcome back. How you feeling?
Math, but it might teach you more about.
Also, this guy, he uploaded another great video. Oh, Puppet Freakouts Unleashed just uploaded. Jack in a Box. Ooh, I wonder what's been going on there. So this guy, right, that cute British guy, Harry, he visited Burkina Faso. I've heard about this country. Your knees okay? I'm glad. I knew it would be okay. I knew it would be. Darn it, this on the stupid screen froze. Come on, MacBook, please. Oh, damn it. Okay.
Most people couldn't even find this country on a map, but it might teach you.
MacBook, come on.
No beaches, no skyscrapers.
Finally. Okay.
Most people couldn't even find this country on a map, but it might teach you more about humanity than anywhere else. No beaches, no skyscrapers, the history of terrorism, uprisings, and instability. Do you think Burkina Faso is safe? No, I don't know. Burkina Faso has the youngest head of state in the world, a 36-year-old who kicked out the French military, banned Air France, and enforced strict anti-corruption and community service rules across the country. If police catch me, I also really? Yes. I've been given access to interview Thomas Sankara's family.
Are you serious? Go Harry. By the way, he's British. And this is tourists don't visit the strict African country or dictatorship. The country is Burkina Faso.
Then I'm heading far outside the city into regions tourists are told to avoid, to visit a gold mine and see the reality out there, and to find out how a country this unstable still exports billions in gold every year.
And Cam, this was uploaded 5 hours ago. So Gage, it's a restaurant, well, kinda that we have here in the U.S., but it's only like in certain states that we actually have it. So, how do you? There's the name. That's how you spell it, Lisa.
Congrats. You made it through immigration. It was actually
Yeah, you can tell, Emmanuel.
very easy. Looks like.
How can you tell? I mean, I. Oh, because of the voice.
Ça va bien? Combien Bravia Hotel? Oui.
Oh yeah, they speak French.
Oui, this one and two. Seven, yes. Okay, this one.
Yep, Burkina Faso, Jerry. I'm not sure how many people.
Okay. The Bravia Hotel? Yes. Okay. Combien couples oui? What's that? Joseph. Joseph. Nice to meet you, Joseph. Merci beaucoup. How is life in Burkina Faso? Nice. Yeah.
Also French.
French is gone.
French is gone. They make it too difficult for us.
All the French do.
Yeah.
Sounds like typical French, if you ask me. Okay, this is the main avenue. Oh wow, we're on the main avenue, and it's pretty quiet. Like I was expecting, African big city. It's going to be bustling, but it's pretty peaceful actually. Look at the security. Wow. Okay, I'm going to stop filming here. This is crazy. Guys, this is heavy security at this hotel. Let's go and rest. Oh, we've got a special guest potentially coming. There he is, the captain, who can travel.
Did I see like an Indian guy working there?
Outfit, which he always wears. Never wears a suit. Are we going to meet him? That's absolutely.
Koi would be interested in this because they speak French.
Welcome to.
Wow, that's a nice hotel. Oh my goodness, it's really nice.
Look at this. This is a really nice room.
Yeah.
Very clean. It's actually Indian-owned hotel. No, I know what you're thinking. It's very clean. And for the price of 150 United States dollars.
Not bad.
That's terrible.
That's really nice.
This is great. I'm very happy. The receptionist, the Indian receptionist, he told me, be very, very careful about filming, especially police. I was just filming random things in the hotel. He's like, buddy, you better be careful. So I'm going to be on my best behavior when I'm back in Afghanistan again, and don't want to be getting in trouble with the police. Don't want to be going to prison there. I'm going to get some sleep. We're going to wake up and explore what this city has to offer. I have no clue what it has to offer. Welcome to the main market in Burkina Faso. We're looking for one specific item. We're going to go find it. Burkina Faso, football, plumbing. Oh, we got multiple people who want to help us. Yeah. You're not going to find this place on your own. So sometimes you do need a helping hand. Oh, look at this guy.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
I'm reaching out. This one, Ukraine proud. Oh, he wears it. Oh, he's there. Oh, it's got his face on it.
Wow.
That's cool. Does he wear this one? For me. Oh, it's for you. I'll get this one, brother. You on? Yeah. No. One. Yeah. Combien? Give me good price, brother. $45.
That's how much? $80?
There's literally 10 people here, and it's like this is the most important sale of the century.
You wonder if you have any Burkina Faso ancestry, Marcus? I do wonder too. I wonder if I may have West African ancestry. I have no idea, to be honest. I know a lot of blacks do, though. Right, Lisa? It is nice, huh? You never been to a hotel before, Purple? You're not missing too much. They're pretty expensive. Plus, you're only there for a couple of days. And yeah, Jerry, $80. $80 for just for a shirt. And they do seem friendly, more Amelia, but I know it's really pretty corrupted.
Hey, brother, let me make the sale first.
Finish me,
Well, they do seem friendly, though.
I love it.
Back up, he's mine.
Calm down, calm down.
Voilà. Voilà. Le premier, je vous voilà. Maintenant, voilà.
I'll go to this guy.
When you say that,
Jeez. Your mom's so fat. Her shout outs to Shadow? What? I'll knock your teeth out. Jeez. Your breath stinks, jackass? I eat people like you for breakfast? Golly.
You're arguing. Don't argue. Well, guys, be prepared when you come here. It's like sharks around the dead body. I understand.
Golly. Hope the light's just still running. Wait. It might be a little bit laggy right now. You may have some ancestry yourself, Jerry? I hope the messages are going through. What's going on? Well, I might just need to show my face from now on. Great. I think the stream is lagging a bit. Damn it. I don't know why this happens. Crap. Man, this map book stinks. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't know what's going on. Wait. Did I lost service? No, I didn't. Okay. I'm gonna a minute. I'm sorry. Yep. The stream is really behind. Oh. Oh my God. What gives? Why is it like this? Great. Now this font blank. Why does this have to happen to me? Damn it. What's wrong with this MacBook?